Well, hello there. Denny here again in the Jeep. Just outside of a Chevron station here. Just stopped here and got something to eat. They have a nice burger place here called Triple O's. And I'm just trying to... Believe it or not, it is Saturday evening and it is almost 8 o'clock and the sun is blaring at me right now. That's what it's like living in the northern hemisphere. Even in mid-April, it's already, the sun doesn't want to go down. Here, I'll just turn this around. So there's the sun there. There's the chevron, and behind there's a building, and it's got a really good burger place attached to the convenience store. It's called Triple O's, and right there, and it's pretty good. It's, I believe, a franchise that started in British Columbia. Now they have locations in Canada, and yeah, it's pretty good. Beats the hell out of McDonald's, that's for sure. So yeah, anyways, I'm just stopped here for a break, so I thought I'd do a quick video here. Yeah, it's hard to get, the lighting's all crazy. I don't have enough experience with camera angles and all that to work around this sunset here. So I got the shades on so I could see. Yeah, just want to talk a little bit about the Easter holiday, and actually holiday in general for people that are like me, that are single and middle-aged and don't have a family. By family, I mean you don't have a wife and kids of your own. Of course, I still have family. Actually, today I was with my father. See, my mother and father are split, you know, since I was a teenager. So my dad has his thing going, and my mom is single and alone. So I spend more time with her. And today actually was Saturday, and today I was with my dad and his common-law, and we had our early Easter dinner at a pub restaurant type place. Kind of unconventional for Easter dinner, but that's what we did. And tomorrow is dinner at my mom's, which is more of a proper Easter thing, and it's just her and I, just a party of two at her place, because what I'm going to talk about in this video is, as you get older and your family gets smaller, and you know, things can be a little bit more difficult emotionally for people, and just wanted to emphasize how important it is to not take whatever family you have left for granted, and just try to enjoy and be grateful for whatever time you have left with them. I'm at that age now where my parents are getting older, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna have with them. I mean, they're not, you know, they're not super old, but they're just hit their 70s basically. And just, I remember growing up, it was different around the Easter dinner table when I still had grandparents that were around. So now they've all passed away. I don't have any grandparents, just mom and dad basically. I do have a sister, but she lives way on the other side of the country, so I don't have that family here for holiday times usually. It's far and expensive, and I mean, we do get together once in a while, but it's maybe once a year at most. So it's a difficult thing. You know, I know a lot of you guys watching don't have family and are in the same boat as me. And it gets even more difficult around, you know, the Thanksgiving, Christmas time, and Easter, of course. And when you don't have your own children or your own family, the dinner table gets smaller and smaller as, you know, the grandparents go away. It's not the same as when you're a teenager or even in your 20s, you know, your parents are still relatively young. So it's, things are generally better at the time, you know, you're all healthy, and the kids are young and healthy, the parents are relatively young, and then you have grandparents around all at the same table. And that's just not the case for me anymore. And yeah, it does get difficult. So I know what you're going through. And you know, like I say, I have dinner with my mom, and it's just me and her. And you know, always think that you know, how many of these dinners do I have left? You know, once she's gone, what do I really have? You know, and not having my own family, and or even a wife or a partner, I sometimes think about how sad and bummed out that might make me. But who knows where my headspace will be at by the time that happens. I hope my mother is around for quite a while still, because I don't really have a lot other than her. So yeah, I really can't predict what my emotional state will be or how I'm gonna handle it. I'll, you know, obviously be older then too. Maybe these things won't be as important, and I'll just be content and accepting of my situation and try to make it work by myself and be alone. Or who knows, maybe I'll find somebody by then. I'll have some other company, or maybe I make some other friends where it's one of those things where they invite you, you know, to be part of their family or something. That could always be fine. Or, you know, maybe I date a lady that's 15 to 20 years younger and hang out with her younger parents or something. Yeah, that, you know, that could work too. But we just never know until we get there, you know, how we're going to deal with these things. So yeah, I don't know what the exact purpose of this video is, other than to just affirm our situations and acknowledge them for what they are. You know, if you don't have family and kids and never had that experience of the holiday time, the holiday dinner, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, you know, which a lot of people consider special, and a lot more special if you have a family. And getting older, you know, having some of your relatives, grandparents, parents passing on, and then what are you left with, and how do you deal with that? How do you adjust? Does it even bother you if you're watching in the comments? Are you already at that spot where you don't have your parents anymore, and you don't have a family of your own? You're kind of just alone, like the generation, you have no generation above you and no generation below you. Yeah, and how are you dealing with that? What are you feeling? What advice would you have for a guy that's approaching that point? And yeah, any thoughts? And maybe let me know what you're doing for Easter. You know, what do you do alone? Do you do anything? Do you maybe go to church? That's another thing. You can always, you know, especially if you have that in common, if you're Christian or a Catholic, you know, you could find a peer group at church, and you know, you already have something in common. As I said before, I'm not a super religious person, but I am a believer in God and God's plan, and I do believe in what Jesus did and what he represents, and I'm still learning about him and his sacrifice and what it means to humanity in general, and what spirituality means to me. And it's becoming more and more important, and believing in something is important, and having faith, and knowing that God has a plan for me and for you, and he will guide us ultimately. And a lot of the answers you'll get is through him. So we need to help each other, of course, and give each other advice and share our experiences. And I think Jesus would, that's probably what he would want, is a sense of community, and during tumultuous times or uncertain times, coming together and solving problems, and having faith that the righteous path will lead us to the ultimate place we need to be. And other than that, I really hope you are having a good long weekend. I hope you had a good Friday, a good Friday, TGIF, of course. And I hope you're doing well regardless of your circumstance this weekend. And again, just know that if you're alone, you don't have family on this Easter weekend, you're not alone. You have people like me, and probably a lot of other people watching this video that can confirm that. So just know that it's going to be okay as long as you have faith, and believe in yourself and believe in God, and you will be fine. We will get through this, and hopefully brighter days ahead. See, it was all cloudy and overcast, and then the sun just started peering out. And yeah, it's quite amazing that it's like 8 p.m. and it's this bright out. Being in the northern hemisphere, and it's only, it's springtime, but by the middle of June, believe it or not, it doesn't get dark here until almost 11 p.m. It's pretty wild. It's and the sun comes up at like 3:45, 4 a.m., 4 in the morning. So it's like we get like almost 20 hours of a little bit of daylight. But yeah, it's pretty interesting how there's a casino over there. Yeah, that's a. So yeah, I wanted to say also thanks again for the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you've been watching me or clicked on a couple of these videos, please consider subscribing, because as I said before in some videos, we're trying to grow the small YouTuber community, the small YouTube army, and we need to help each other. If you're a small YouTuber, consider subscribing, and I will subscribe back to you, and leave a like and a comment. Let's engage with each other. Let's help each other. And thanks to the new subscribers, I'm just about at 600, which they say in the first 2 months of ever doing YouTube is not bad. And there's also a positive sign that my channel's growing, because I'm getting some, I don't know if you call them trolls or just like assholes that are trying to kind of already try to take me down with like backhanded compliments and these subtle kind of jabs and insults. I don't mind criticism, but I've been around long enough, and I've interacted with enough people from around the world. I'm well traveled, so keep that in mind. I've dealt with bullies, I've dealt with assholes and douchebags. So this thing about me, I am, a nice person, and that's what people say. But I've also been through a lot, and growing up in the environment I did, I've dealt with some really rough language, and I've dealt with bullies, and even my peer group, we would roast each other relentlessly and savagely, but in a, in a good way, endearing kind of, what do you call it? Male bonding, brotherhood type of thing. So I've heard it all. And, if you're trying to be a shithead on this channel, and, I can sniff it out. I can tell the difference between you just trying to give advice or be helpful, or if you're just being, kind of a dick, or whatever you want to call it, because, these people that do that it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself, and it says more about you than about me. And if you're spending your valuable time on this very small YouTube channel, some random guy up here in Canada in a place you probably never even visit, I mean, what are you really doing with your life? I really don't know. It's pretty sad that you choose people like me to pick on and whatever to make yourself feel better, or there could be some jealousy or envy, who knows. But yeah, there's those people coming aboard, and that's actually a good sign, because it means my videos are getting out to more people. And I welcome everybody, even if you are a douche. But if you are obviously trying to sabotage the channel, or trying to cause problems, I will remove you or block your comments that are don't follow the guidelines and whatnot, or I'll just ignore you if you've got nothing of value for me to respond to. If you're gonna have a comment, if you make it good, make it productive, I'll respond. But if it's just this random nonsense and trying to poke me, jab at me, you could go pound sand. You could go to some other channel. This channel's not for you. Then pick on somebody else, because and luckily for you, YouTube has these guidelines and rules and stuff. I can't really be myself, respond in ways that I would normally, right? The language I want to use is not allowed. So yeah, I've heard and engaged in some of the more brutal language you could ever think of. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And I guess this is turned into a video with a couple topics: Easter, and being a bachelor, and then also dealing with trolls online on your YouTube channel. But yeah, anyways, I wish everybody well, and even the trolls and the haters and the douchebags out there, I hope that you grow out of whatever it is and become a better person. I'm not perfect either. I'm trying to get better as well. And I will keep working and see where this journey takes me, and all the other stuff I got going on. See where that goes, and we take it day by day. Anyways, I've rambled enough. Thank you again for watching. Please stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe, and have a safe and happy Easter. Don't get down. Have faith in God. Call your friends. If you have any family left, make sure you tell them you love them, and try to see them, try to talk to them as much as you can. God bless you. Peace. See you on the next one.